Hello, this is Lindy, and welcome to my brand new BookTube channel. This is actually just a test, but hey, maybe it'll be good. I don't know. So, what I'm going to do is tell you about what I'm reading right now, plus a book that I read through most of December. Well, can't really call it a book. It's actually 25 booklets in this short story advent calendar, and they are the selection for 2021 was edited by Alberto Manguel, and he also wrote an introduction to this set. And on the little booklet that has the introduction, there is also a map that shows 25 different countries around the world, because these stories all come from different places, so many of them are in translation. And each little book, when you take it out, there's a little a seal across it to break so that you can read your story. Nice little treat, which I was reading every morning until December 8th. And what happened on that day? I went curling and I fell and I broke my arm and I bumped my head. So now I have a concussion. This is December 31st, so it's 23 days since I injured myself, and the concussion is very slowly healing. My brain is healing, but I still can't read. I have blurred vision and double vision, so I can, make out words, but it gives me a headache, and I can't do it for more than, just a very short bit of time. So that is really tough for somebody who usually reads about a book a day. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. I want to tell you what I am reading. Well, my sweetie took over reading the stories to me out loud, and so I was able to continue with the short story advent calendar. And all but one, December 23rd, this one, Lori read the first two sentences, which took more than a page, and those very long sentences, she said, I just can't. So I'm going to wait and read this one when I'm more able to read. And the story is from Portugal. There is a little dot on each booklet that gives you a clue. You can match it up to where the dots are on the original introduction. Find where that dot is and see that it's Portugal. So just beautiful, beautiful design. This is like a pleasure to have, pleasure to hold. And I mentioned that the author's from Portugal, and I'm going to let you guess. This is one of the most famous Portuguese authors. And you can just guess who writes in really long sentences. But I'm going to have notes down below so you can see if you are correct. And so I've also been listening to audiobooks, and the audiobook I'm currently listening to is Swamplands by Ed Stuzik. He's a Canadian scientist. I might have his name wrong, and my player for the audiobooks is my iPhone, and I'm also using my iPhone to record this. So I'll have to think on that for making videos. When we finished with the short story advent calendar, Lori started reading to me from a book that I had out from the library called The Atlas of Poetic Zoology. The author is Emmanuel Puidabat, and it's also illustrated by Julie Terrazzoni and translated to English from French by Eric Butler. And so this is a bunch of different creatures in the world, in the natural world, and each one is about a page or a page and a half. So as an example, there's an animal called the Jesus Christ lizard. It's a lizard that runs on water, hence the name. And there's one aspect of this book I don't really care for, and I'll read you a bit so you know what I'm talking about. Bear with me as I try and read this. The Jesus Christ lizard offers a wonderful example of all we can learn from nature. Healthy modesty combined with unbelievable abilities that, for the most part, are still probably unknown to us. It's time to open our eyes. Okay, that really rubs me the wrong way. The two things, that final sentence, it's time to open our eyes. It's kind of bossy, preachy. And also, to say that the Jesus Christ lizard has a healthy modesty, that's just plain weird. That kind of anthropomorphism. But I'm still enjoying it. And when I got that one out from the library, and that was, by the way, it was based on a recommendation that Britta Bowler made on her channel. But I thought of a similar book that I had read a few years ago, and that's one called Unusual Creatures by Michael Hurst. And I wondered if any of the creatures were going to be the same. And it turns out that there is an overlap, not a large amount of overlap, but some. So for example, there is a Jesus Christ lizard entry in here. And so Lori read that to me as well. So this is what the pages are laid out like, with lots of illustration. And it for each animal there is a scale across the bottom. So in the Atlas of Poetic Zoology, there'll be a size, you know, how many centimeters this animal is. Whereas in this one, it's more visual. The scientific name, by the way, is Basilicus basilicus. And it's different things that are captured about the animal in the two different books. So it's kind of cool to have them both and to be comparing them. And here's another book that I was using today. It's a cookbook, Rebar. It's the name of a vegetarian, mostly vegetarian restaurant in Victoria, capital British Columbia. The authors are Audrey Elsterberg and Wanda Urbanovich. And I took it out because I decided to make some baked beans today. It is so cold in Edmonton, where I live, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We are at latitude 53 north. This morning when I woke up, it was minus 33 Celsius. And my phone also shows the wind chill factor, which was minus 42. And we have had this brutal cold weather for about a week. Everyone is just so sick of it. Anyway, I thought having some beans baking in the oven would help warm up the place. Plus, it's something that I can do when I can't read. So that is my first video. I have no idea if I'm going to put this on air or not, but I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a try. I can talk even if I can't read. So thanks for watching, and Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.